Hello, Saddleback students. My name is Ben. In this video, we're going to explore a few things. First, what exactly is a peer-reviewed research article? How to determine whether or not the article you found is peer-reviewed? And then finally, how you can actually find a peer-reviewed research article for your psychology-related research project. First, what is a peer-reviewed research article? A peer-reviewed research article is an academic article that goes through an official editorial process that involves review and approval by individuals who are unrelated to the research project, but are also experts in the same subject area. So what does a peer-reviewed research article look like? Here we have an example of a peer-reviewed research article. Typically, these articles are found in academic journals that can be found in the Saddleback Library databases or online. Now, there are a few strategies that I use to determine whether or not an article that I find is actually a peer-reviewed article. First step is kind of looking at the structure of the paper. So a peer-reviewed research article should include sections such as a title or a title page sometimes. Should also include an abstract, which is kind of the summary paragraph that's typically found at the very top, and it's kind of the first section. Next should follow an introduction, which typically isn't labeled introduction, but it's basically the first section of the paper after the abstract. And if you keep scrolling down, you will find different sections, such as the method section, which is right here. If you keep scrolling here, we will also find the results section. In a peer-reviewed article, you also should find a discussion, and also, last but not least, we should also find a references section. In addition, you can also go to the very top of the academic article and look at the authors. So the authors should be academically affiliated with a college or university, which also gives us the green light that this is most likely a peer-reviewed research article. The easiest way to determine whether or not something is peer-reviewed or not is actually to find what academic journal that the article has been published in. So in this example, we can find that the journal is the Psychological Services Journal, and it's also published by the American Psychological Association, which are both really good signs that this is peer-reviewed. So what we're going to do next is we're actually going to go search for this journal and make sure that we can find somewhere on the website that it says peer-reviewed. All right, here we go. All right, so here we are. If it's a peer-reviewed journal, they're going to share that very openly. So you should be pretty quick to find something that says peer-reviewed. But if not, then we're going to use Control F or Command F on a Mac. And that's going to bring up a little search bar. And we're going to look up peer review. And in this example, we actually can't find any. But this is kind of a quick tool you can use usually to find if there's anywhere on the page where it talks about peer-reviewed. So we're going to scroll down instead, and we're going to look at the author and editor spotlights. Typically on another website, you might have to look for the About section of the website, but here we're going to look for guidelines for reviewers. And in here, we should be able to find somewhere that says peer review, which we do right here, and that tells us that this is peer-reviewed. Our last question for today is, where can I go to find a peer-reviewed research article? So maybe we have an assignment that we need to complete, and we want to find one for our research project. First, let's open up the Saddleback Library webpage. I know it can feel intimidating at first, but this website is actually going to be great. So we're going to open up the section entitled Database Finder. Sometimes it's also called Library Databases. In this case, we're going to click on Database Finder. And each of these hyperlinks are databases or journals that you as a Saddleback student have access to for free. Next, you want to filter databases based on the subject matter you're looking for, as well as the type of source you're most interested in finding. In this case, I'm going to filter for psychology and scholarly articles. I'm going to select this first database here just because I'm familiar with it, but any of these could work for you as they're related to psychology. In this case, and in some cases, there actually might be an option within the database that you select to select peer-reviewed articles only, which will just make your life easier. So I'm going to go ahead and select that, as well as full text to make sure we get all of the content of the article. And then I'm going to type in some keywords up here. So right now I'm interested in PTSD and ADHD combined into one research article. So let's see if we can find any. And here we go. This is actually the source we found earlier. So we're going to go ahead. Any of these are most likely going to be peer-reviewed academic articles, which you can go through and check if you were interested. But we're going to select this one that we're familiar with just for the sake of this video. Perfect. So that's how you find a peer-reviewed research article for your research project. There are also other services available. So if you ever feel stuck in doing this, I know it's really difficult, especially if it's kind of your first, second, third time using these resources, or maybe you're not quite sure exactly what a peer-reviewed journal article is still. If you need any assistance, there are tutors available in the Saddleback Learning Resource Center on campus and also online that can help. And if you ever come in and ask the librarian for help, they are always willing to help you find sources and to answer questions based on your interests. So I hope this video was helpful and good luck with your research.